He's like my fellow Crash Twinsanity dude.
I guess so.
Alright.
You know how it works?
The first one. No, I'm not going to play that now because I don't start. I'm not sure I know what you mean. The last one?
Okay, so can I get Pete? Can you call?
Hi. Woo. You who? Okay.
Alright, so I'm just going to play the first... or do you want me to just go?
Tell me whenever you're ready, whenever I can start the timer.
Okay. I am going to put autosave on this time.
Safety save.
Last year was just a miracle that I didn't mess up. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. So...
Good start, cross-dressing.
So this game starts with oh, here we go. That's why I turned off autosave in the, you know. But yeah, this game starts off with Cortex like encapsulated in, like frozen in ice, and he washes up on this island, Insanity Island, and he finds Crash and Coco there.
Yeah, this basically starts off where Wrath of Cortex's 106% ending ends.
Yeah. So his next plan to take out Crash is to kidnap Coco, dress up in her clothes, and lure Crash to his little arena later on.
People want to know what the world record is.
What is the world record?
54 something.
Oh no, I screwed that up. I missed the Cortex skip. So yeah.
So Dylan, Samurai Man was asking if you're sure that you will get under 1 hour because of all the hard skips.
I'm not sure I'll get under 1 hour. Like, I've been touching 1 hour, but if I get 1 hour in this run, that would be a godsend.
How good are you with a bow? Do you actually ever use a bow in this run?
Sorry, what?
A bow.
A bow?
Yeah.
No.
I haven't played this game. I'm just asking.
There's no bow. Oh yeah. I get the feeling a lot of viewers are sort of old Crash players, so first thing I should say is this isn't like an old Crash style game. It really isn't. So
broke my fall.
I think the first level here is sort of deliberately reminiscent of the older games, but it gets a bit weird later on. First thing I should probably describe about this game is the slide jumping. The fastest mode of transport in this game is to slide and jump, and that's pretty much as simple as it. There's sort of a rhythm to it, but not really. Once you've buffered a slide jump, if you get to the edge of a platform and jump, you'll get like an extended jump. And I use that in the run a lot to basically skip everything. Oh no. Nice save.
Oh shit. Didn't even know you could save it like that.
Okay, this isn't how you're supposed to do the boss.
Yeah, I was about to ask if you're actually supposed to be up there.
No.
He's not even supposed to get over that wall just now.
No. My god, that anti-cool. Did Cortex get away? No, Cortex got away.
It doesn't really matter. On PAL,
It doesn't matter.
you never seem to hit Cortex with the shots. Only NTC players seem to complain. Yeah,
Well, I just like it because Mecha Crash can land on Cortex and just kill Cortex in the back of the stage.
He's just gonna lay down there flat.
Yeah, just lay down in the back of the stage. Yeah, that's what happened during practice. This is sort of the failed version of that cosmetic glitch.
So assume that like on top of the gate is sort of like a safe spot.
Well, I'm not in the arena, so
Oh, so if you were around the thing,
I'm just
like if
not-
you're walking around on the circle.
No, if you have to. The idea is that you're on the circle, so
Okay. So if you were actually on the circle, you would get hit.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna slide down there.
Time for
Yeah, you
new
are.
skips. If you saw last year's run, you won't have seen this. Sit by. All right.
Okay, this saves around like 8 seconds. I think.
8 seconds, but it's still. I love all the cosmetic
kinda skips the
glitches in this
cutscene.
game.
And if you screw it up and fall into the spikes or anything like that,
You soft lock
Then-
the game.
yeah, you soft lock.
I love how the guy who's been finding these glitches, he's been in my stream chat, and every time I've attempted a new skip and I've been like, oh, what's happened? He's been like, yeah, you've soft locked before I even
He
realized.
keeps on finding these glitches that have a high probability of
Yeah.
soft locking.
Since
It's crazy.
last year's ESA, when I ran this game, all these new glitches have been found, but 90% of them result in like high risk of soft lock, which is why I can't do most of them in this marathon run, but I'll do a couple.
And are you gonna skip the classrooms in Classroom Chaos?
I'm gonna try.
Try.
I'm gonna try.
I would recommend not to try the third one because
Yeah, probably not the third one.
if even Beta says that he's probably gonna soft lock that, then I think
Let's go! Ah,
good.
nice. So yeah, I think over time I've had developed the amazing ability to make this game look simple, but it's really just sort of, what would you say, like risk prevention. So all of it is about making it look easy.
It's also extremely hard to control.
Yeah, it's extremely hard to control. So it's sort of like, once you get the rhythm down, it's like just fine, but
It's the kind of game you like to watch, but not the one you would like to play.
yeah. Especially this part coming up is just torture. But I've somehow managed to make it look very simple. Or I hope so. No. Camera tricks.
Camera angle is always like random.
Go. Oh man, the 3 guys are here.
Don't
Okay.
worry, as long as you have an arc, it's fine.
Yeah, got it. Those swords are tricky and they just stay out there forever, and when they swing them behind their backs and you try to belly flop, they'll hit you. So you have to sort of gauge where they're going to be.
Dylan, Samurai asked if you will attempt all of the stage skips.
Not all of them.
Which ones are you not gonna do?
Namely the last slip slide ice capades one I'm not going to do.
Throw me over there.
Oh man, I didn't get that.
We're pals, right?
But I am going to try the ice climb one.
That's good.
Who has the world record in this?
54 minutes.
No, who?
Oh, Beta M. His Twitch is forever Beta M, but everybody just calls him Beta.
Okay.
I just got hit, so I'm going to have to die somewhere. To get Aku back for the ice climb skip, or my version of the ice climb skip.
Someone asked why you're working together with Cortex.
Yes. Cortex.
No, why?
Why? Well, there are these 2 guys. Cortex's old, sort of, what did you say, like science experiment?
Yeah,
Which-
they were his parrots or something.
Yeah, his parrots, who have become like sentient and have got they've got a plan to take over the world or something.
I think when they were originally his parrots, but Cortex tried to yeah, mutate them into something else, and they ended up, yeah, like just
Like
disappearing into a different dimension, and now
super
they're
intelligent being.
and now they are like coming back from
Yeah.
the 10th dimension and try to take revenge.
Yeah, so that revenge, Cortex and Crash have to. Okay, I'm going to try this. Oh no, I can't get it now.
Oh yeah, it turns out that it's actually not necessarily faster.
No, it's not. But
All of them are like just as the same.
yeah,
Just-
it's nice to attempt new skips and a new one. So. But yeah,
Speaking of skips, someone's asking how much time you lose if you actually fail any of the stage skips.
the ice climb one. If I fail and oh wow, that was weird. If I fail that and decide to continue with the older route, I lose about 8 to 10 minutes attempting the old route, and then plus whatever happens, whatever I lose on attempting the ice climb skip. Can't.
Do that from this weird camera angle.
No, that's my camera angle. It's just marathon. I can't get it. I get it first try every other time, but not in a marathon. Oh, come on.
Yeah, basically he already just skipped the whole level
Yeah,
by jumping over that
I
wall.
just skipped a whole level.
Now he's just gonna skip another boss.
Yeah,
Let's try.
that's Tiki. That's the boss I just skipped. We won't be doing that. Oh man, what the?
Beating the game without any like big major skips is around an hour and a half, and
Not a category I've attempted. All right. Some stuff in this game. I figure there's a lot I'm just going to flinch at and no one's going to understand why, but when you get into a rhythm of your movement and it just doesn't work how you think it's going to go to, it's just sort of mind destroying. All right.
Before you rises a cathedral of diabolical genius. Scary, but in the wrong hands, this iceberg lair could do much goodness in the world. Of course, only I have the key. Absurd. Follow me.
What was the actual world record again?
54 minutes by Beta M. I don't know the seconds. I don't.
Yeah,
have them
well,
on.
people will have to deal with that.
I'm going to want serious time for this, by the way. Okay. So here you just jump out of bounds. And then do this monster seam walk. It's actually kind of glaring a bit for me on the TV, so hard to gauge where the seam is. Yeah, and I'm just off it. So I've buffered a slide jump, which means because I've not jumped or fallen or anything, I have a slide jump sort of socked and ready. And it's important I don't jump at all across this seam. I can slide jump across it, but that's dangerous. So now what I'm going to attempt to do is jump across the left of this platform and land on a seam exactly like the one I'm stood on right now. So here goes. Got it. Oh my god. Okay, now I've got to finish this seam walk, which basically my only sort of visual cue is watching Crash's right leg in the wall. I'm nearly there. Oh shit, you know what I've just remembered? I don't have Aku, so I'm going to have to go all the way around. Okay. No.
If you fall too far, then you instantly die.
It's alright, I've got time for about 3 failures or so. Alright. Where am I? Okay, I'm on the other scene.
So if you fall to the right, the game just kills you, or?
Well, you fall out of bounds, you fall into the water below, so there's just nothing there. It's just this thin sort of wall of, you know, mountain. All right. Okay.
Seems really consistent. Much better
I've been
than
running
Beta.
this game a long time.
Much better than Beta, who's just like running along there.
Right. Okay, now I have Aku, this should be a little easier. Okay, how am I doing? A little bit further. That's just not the place you messed up asking. What?
Okay, that was just me.
That was kind of weird, yeah. Yeah.
No,
Marathon luck haunts everyone.
this game is pretty
But
unpredictable.
as long as you don't fail more than like 3 or 4 times, you will still be faster.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thing is, when I'm at home practicing this, like I play it through a capture card and it just sort of tints the area kind of yellow a bit, so it makes everything much easier to see. And when it's plain white like this, it's very sort of difficult. All right, well, every time for that. No.
I guess I'll use this time to plug stuff. We are ESA, European Speedster Assembly. We're speedrunning games in Europe, obviously, for charity. And that charity is Doctors Without Borders, which is a charity devoted to getting medical help to those who can't receive it within their country or for whatever reason, hence the borderless. It's a great charity, and we're proud to have raised over $6,000 for it so far. So yeah, if you've got any donations, go ahead and send them in, and I'll read out whatever comments you got, as long as it's not Francasy.
Hold up for a moment. Alright. Then I just kind of loop back into the stage, get to the next checkpoint. Alright. And that's that over with. It doesn't help that Crash's movement is so bad in the first place, and you don't have just some kind of in-game mechanism to go straight forward without any sort of change in direction. Now we have sort of engines battleship. There's not much that goes on in here. So if there's any donations or anything, the next 10 minutes is a good place.
Oh, and with the big skip, he just skipped 2 levels. So.
Yeah, it's just skip 2 levels.
I think not counting the hub levels, or like, yeah.
Okay,
levels.
so we have $2 from Matthias Herolad, who says $2 towards any game, 2 grills, 1 controller. Francasy. I hate you. And we also have $15 from Christopher May, who says great work all around, guys. Keep it up. Woofazee, woofazee, woofazee. Quote, as long as it's not Francasy, unquote, Joshua's 2013. And one more $2, which is just not Francasy, not Francasy, not Francasy, not Francasy.
Guy.
Remember guys, we've got a lot of challenges coming up, so if you go ahead and look at the donation tracker down below underneath the stream, you can see all the challenges that you can put your money towards. There's quite a few we need to get to.
So Dylan, someone's asking what the biggest skip is you can do.
I think that's it, isn't it?
I'm pretty
Was it?
sure.
Yeah.
That skip I did is the biggest skip in the run. I mean, the rest of the major skips all come in around 4 or 5 minutes. That's like 8 to 10.
Well, the skip that skips Classroom Chaos, not Boiler Room Doom. Boiler Room Doom is pretty long, actually. But it's only a single level, and that was just 2, so I guess that counts as bigger.
I really like Ice Climb as well. I really enjoyed routing that, but I don't get to do it anymore. Yeah, the boss music. Oh yeah, the funny thing about sort of environments that deal damage in this game. Environments, things like these sort of platforms, if you hit rock into them, no matter how many Akus you have, no matter if you have invincibility or anything, they'll kill you instantly. That includes the spikes around the edge of this, that includes like the swinging logs at the beginning. So it's very dangerous. Just even nitro boxes will kill you instantly no matter what. So you got to be careful. That's sort of one of the major differences between this and the older Crash games.
Dylan and Pete, someone's asking how many levels there are in this game.
There are 4 hubs, and all of them consist of like 3 levels and another like hub level. Like the hub itself counts as a level itself. So there are in total 16 levels, but 4 of them are just like, I don't know, bases for 3 other levels.
This is like it's supposed to be the open world Crash. So it's hubs as in, not as in like the level select hubs in the older Crash games, but rather like you can run around this area, do sort of gem puzzles, and then enter levels. Yeah. And the hubs, to make it sort of open world, it lets you access older levels as you walk around, and they do that by putting sort of tunnels through the area. And I can use these, and you're not supposed to be able to get through these tunnels until you've progressed through a level. But there are some ways to go through the tunnel the wrong way and skip entire levels. And I'll be doing that a little later.
And if you don't count the hubs, there are only 12 levels. And it's possible to skip 7 of those levels in the game. But some of the skips don't save time, so they are not used in the run. So you only need to play 5 levels, I think. That's the minimum.
Someone's asking if the skip you did earlier, if it is the hardest part of the run.
It's by far the hardest part of the run. It's not a skip I used in last marathon when I played this game. It's when I was deciding, sort of bringing this game to this ESA, I thought I wanted to have something new to bring. But when all the stuff that was new had soft locks and everything, I had to take something that had the lowest risk, and that was the one with the lowest risk. So that's going to tell you something.
And there's basically another 3-minute time saver that also skips an entire level, which is a fairly short level. And that brings you to the final level immediately, and if you die in the final level, you will crash your game. So you need to stay deathless at that point. And after the credits, the game will crash anyways.
Yeah, which makes it barely SDA legal. Like, if it crashed before the credits, maybe that would be a no-go. But yeah, for one thing, I don't want to risk dying, but there are also lots of sort of safety stress you've got to use to make that barely marathon sort of viable, and I don't want to use those. I want to sort of YOLO the last level.
Right, I can just get a couple donations in quick. Got $2 donation from Volrain, who says, "Sup guys, Volrain here, loving the stream. Put this towards the language select glitch. Loved CTR as a child and can't wait to see it broken." Just to let you know, we've already reached the donation target for the language select glitch. So if you want to PM me on the Twitch, it's just Joshimus. I'll put it towards something else for you. And we've got another $1 donation from Luke Scurry, who says, "Hey Dylan."
Hey. Yeah, that whole level, high seas hijinks, is not really a big deal in speedrun. It's really sort of the downtime. There's a lot that can go wrong, but that's still kind of the downtime. Things like in that boss fight, the bubble around him, it's got a hitbox for a very long time. So even when it's really small inside of his body, if you jump just slightly too early, you'll get hit and fall into water. So you want to be patient with that. that's a sort of ice lab hub done, and I'll be moving on to Academy of Evil next. Probably my favorite area in the game.
You monster! Let my brother go!
Now, speaking of Beta M, he's actually in the chat now.
Oh, hi Beta M.
My crystals! Ruined, thanks to Perky here. Must be repaired, and only one person can help. My niece, Mina Cortex. Isn't
People think your hair is fabulous.
Obviously, I've made a few
Appreciate it.
modifications here and there. Quickly, to my private dirigible. Set a course for Madame Amberley's Academy of Evil.
I'm pretty sure Cortex is the only reason that makes the cutscenes tolerable. Alright, let's not die here. I don't know why I'm so committed to just doing that every time. Alright, there's a funny thing here with the... You can skip pre-rendered cutscenes, but not just sort of like the in-game ones. So this cutscene, if you skip it just too early, it'll load your character before it loads the area. So you need to wait a second. And if you load the character before you load the area, you'll just kind of fall through and softlock the game. So you have to give it a second. Out of ammo! Ah. Alright, so here is the next major skip. It's got seam walking like earlier, but it's not really the same. It's a bit easier. Alright. If I go left onto that blue area, I fall and I die, so... And, okay, now I've got to walk into that door a little bit to load this area. And I've just skipped Boiler Room Doom, which is what, like 6 minutes?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Okay. Alright. One down.
Yeah, these guys, you're supposed to wait for them and hide between, like, behind objects, but you can just slide jump and they won't see.
There are those sparkling things behind the objects you're supposed to hide behind, but you can just kind of...
But what exactly makes them so, well, dangerous that you have to wait for them behind objects?
If they spot you, then random...
You die.
Something randomly falls on you and you die or something. I don't remember exactly.
It's paper aeroplanes,
Ah, yeah, exactly.
and they fall on you and they kill you instantly, like everything else in this game. Like, why is there even echo in this game? For damage, just skips, that's it. Okay.
Wait, what?
That happens.
If you slide jump through a loading area.
Yeah, it's, there are two ways that can happen. Basically, you slide jump while the game is loading, and depending on how you sort of move through, move through the game. I'm just going to try that. But depending on how fast and how you move through loading zones, that kind of effect can happen in different areas. Like, it's never happened there for me before.
I've never seen that.
And the other way that can happen is the game likes to hide seams of platforms inside area inside the platforms, just in the floor some places. Where am I? So if you slide jump and jump again, then sometimes you'll get a long jump and you won't see it coming.
I seriously hate this room.
Yeah, no, it's a trouble room. The music, man, it's so good. Alright, so I'm actually trying to buffer a long jump here, so I can get around that. You don't need to, but I figured Mammoth run strat, so I won't try to like man jump that. Okay, moving on.
I don't know if it ever happened to you, but in the second checkpoint, when you're like, oh wait, no.
Okay, well at least you get to see what's happening.
Yeah, usually you're controlling Cortex here, but you can skip that and play as Crash, continue with Crash.
Make sure its mooring
And
ropes are secure.
in the second checkpoint, in that section with Cortex, if I'm as Crash, in my game usually, I crash my game if I load from there, so
Yeah,
it
no.
might be useful to disable autosave, I don't know.
Well, I've tried it on this PS2 and it seems to be working alright.
Okay. Just making sure.
Alright,
Like
so
this first checkpoint that's coming up.
okay, I got
World
it.
Creator, save
So yeah, you just jump over the trigger and tap square to rapid fire. You're supposed to be doing this entire area with Cortex, but Crash moves much faster, so it's kind of preferable.
Plus it skips a cutscene.
Yeah, and it skips the cutscene. So you can jump out of bounds in here by jumping on, by belly flopping on the door frames, and there are a lot of door frames. All right, here goes. Okay, that's the first one down. All right. These are what we call like frog rooms. They're like classrooms where frogs spawn. They're like students of a school. Okay. Second soft lock averted. And you'll see later when I jump into the third room, but you're supposed to, they're like combat rooms, you're supposed to be doing as Cortex. And he has a projectile, he has a laser gun. So it makes that much easier with Cortex, and because Crash is very small, that was weird. Crash is very small, and they are very big, and they are very fast. It's very difficult for Crash to do. So it's safer to just skip them. Okay. Okay, 2 down. But there's a high chance of soft locking that on each of those doors, by the way. There's another chance of soft lock on this door in this room, so I'm going to jump in, load the area, and then just jump out again, as you do.
This is natural route, right, Dylan?
This is just how you play the game. It's worth noting how the ceiling is solid on the outside and not the inside. All right. So I'm just going to jump into the room because it's way too risky. The loading zones going on there is just not. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Sure.
There you go.
So,
That's a little far away, maybe.
All these Cortex puzzles you have to do in these corridors. I just don't do them. All right, that's that done.
And this cutscene is silent because Cortex is not there.
Yeah, Cortex is supposed to be here, and the Crash is still at the back, just minding his own business. Nina!
The hell?
Yeah. I didn't get the teeth. I was trying for it. All right.
How do you know about
But you
these
even have
Nino
to
double
play that
jumps?
Why do I have to play it? Huh?
I said you even have to play that character.
Yeah. She's pretty cool. She's pretty metal.
Did she do anything special?
She's got a bionic arm. She's got 2 bionic arms. Well, yeah, there's not really much to this section. She's a very kind of simple character, and the levels are very designed. There's not much going on, really. There are just the 2 things I'll say about it. First, rats. Rats are a problem in this area. They sort of load into the area very early, and which means by the time you get to them, they could be anywhere, which means, like, exactly there, when I fall off of a zip line onto a platform where there are rats, rats can be right underneath you, and there's nothing you can do. And what that means is you could get like damage bumped off of the platforms, or if you don't have Aku, you could die. Or Uka. Someone please tell me what this thing is called. I've been calling it Aku or Uka for so long.
This one is Uka.
This is Uka, okay.
Evil one is Uka, good one is Aku.
Okay. So yeah, I've tried to route in Uka boxes to make sure I always have 1 Uka for the rats. Like here's one here, didn't get hit, good. The other thing is these chimneys. If you're not used to the movement in the game, they will be a massive problem for you. Like they'll just throw you off, no problem. So what I have to do is I've got to jump onto them, jump forward, release, jump forward, release, jump forward, release, and it's just the most consistent way of doing it. And then just jump to the next checkpoint and just keep my way across. Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, we have $1 from James Kohlberg. Says, hey Dylan, are you related to Danzaries Targaryenum? I can't pronounce that. Great urn, by the way.
Sorry.
Daenerys Targaryen.
No.
Oh, I can't pronounce it. And then we've got $35 from Oliver Benham. It says, love what you're doing. Have the stream running as background noise while learning. Or maybe it's the other way around. And we've got one more $10 donation from Katarina Back. Your name's been eaten by the donation tracker. Frank Z, Katarina Lost Minder here. I wish I was at ESA at the moment. So much fun. I wish good luck to every speedrunner, and I look forward to see Rixa, Clippy, and Buffy. Take care, guys.
Alright. I should bring up the last thing about this area, which is another sort of skip Beta M found. When you zipline across these, there's a sort of a period of time just before you hit the floor. Okay. I thought that rat was going to hit me. There's a period of time just before you hit the floor where you have control, and you have control as if you were grounded, which means when you're flying through the air with the momentum of a zip line, you can jump as if you're on the ground, and you get this sort of super jump with the momentum of the zip line. You can do it on any zip line, but I haven't been using it so far because the risk of just falling off the side is so high, but I will be using it in a moment where there's less risk. That's Nina's school bus, by the way.
If anyone ever plans to run 100% of this game, then beware of this part of the game, because your game might randomly just crash. Like, right now, that's when you spin.
Okay, that was a long jump, by the way. I missed it there.
When you spin around this area, for some reason, only in 100%, the game crashes at some point around here.
Spin to win there.
So do not spin. Better get hit and tank through everything, but
What? Jeez.
don't spin. That's the only thing we have managed to come up with.
That camera glitch was a result of me doing the long jump through the door loading zone. Oh, I missed it.
You are in detention. So, crybaby Cortex is all grown up. I see you found employment as a barber.
I'm an evil scientist.
A scientist, army. To me, you'll always be a little bird.
Alright. Here we're going to set a trend with bosses by just not having to do much in any of them. You just kind of sit in the in between them. There's not much to it. I suppose it doesn't save that much time, but it saves her turning around, I guess. It's just kind of funny. There's just nothing else to it. She just keeps going. And that's Academy of Evil. Didn't do much. What? The door's open. Oh, I guess. What happened? Did I die somewhere?
No?
I didn't. Usually that happens if I die. I don't know.
Usually the
Beta M.
door's locked.
What happened?
Usually the door is locked and you're
Yeah, you
just
have to
staying
wait there
for
for
like
ages.
20 seconds or something, waiting until the door's
Okay.
open.
Just real quick, we got a $2 donation from David Menti who says, "And my axe."
This is another cutscene. If you skip too early, you'll soft lock the game. Not much here.
And this is how the game loads areas.
No loading, but there's loading.
Kind of loading.
As you can see, just like, this game is not put together well.
It was rushed as well.
Yeah. Alright, hug skip. But what it's such an easy skip, but for whatever reason I've been really bad at it.
Come now as we explore a new dimension. It should have been 2 dimensions, but we ran out of time.
Alright, so pre-rendered cutscene's gonna come up. I'm gonna have to wait a second for it to load. No! I don't know why that happens.
Usually this cutscene would be skipped right now.
Yeah.
Would save around 20 seconds. too long.
It's called the hug skip because Cortex hugs Evil Crash.
So this is the 10th dimension, everything is like reversed, so there's an evil Crash, and originally there was supposed to be a good Cortex, but that was cut out because the game was rushed.
It's so reversed that everything is exactly the same. Like, if you can get down there and it's just ripped from the same environment as Ice Lab. So yeah, rushed hard.
And you can walk on some patches of the water.
Yeah.
So isn't this like approaching the last area?
This is the last area. Okay, I should mention the skip we were talking about, where if you die, you softlock the game. That skip skips this section, and it's this section only, right? Or is it's the skip afterwards as well?
It skips everything up to End Agony.
Right.
You get all the way to the final level.
My daughter.
Someone asked
niece.
how many times
We
you
must
think
do
you've
something.
softlocked
Think,
while
Cortex.
practicing.
Think.
Oh, so often. Like when you start speedrunning, they say the first thing you learn is how to move. Second thing you learn is how to not softlock consistently. And I think you used to have that problem all the time. And I used to say to Pete, like, dude, you just get used to it.
If you run 100%, that's what I started off with. Then you will learn quite a few more ways to softlock the game, and it's crazy.
What? Oh, that's never happened before.
There we go.
I don't think I've ever moved into Evil Crash in this level. He just disappeared as well.
Yeah, there are.
Okay, I saved that. No! Okay.
Yeah, there are tons of soft locks and game crashes. It's unbelievable. This is so unstable.
I remember when Mark Hess softlocked his game in Ape Escape, I was like, please don't make this a meme, because when I run my game, it's just going to be softlocks. Didn't you? In 100%. Yeah, crash. People were calling it softlock, that's why.
Well, it has the same outcome pretty much. So, it's not really good either way. So are you still on track for sub 1?
No. So I've
110?
not got sub 110 should be okay, I suppose. Right. Jump!
Oh, you can also jump out of bounds in this level.
But I know that I was talking to Ben AM about all of these jump strats I had in this level, and there's one you can do here and just jump straight through there. But
I jumped out of bounds once in a run. Made me really upset.
okay, here goes.
This should work.
Okay, phew. Sometimes you can just land at the bottom there, and your directional movement is in. You've lost all directional movement, so you'll be just sitting there for seconds, just seeing yourself move into the nitro, and it's not cool. And then randomly, sometimes Evil Crash can just take them out himself. We should do that every time. You know, I fell down here earlier. Like, how? Alright, so next up, I'm going to be using one of those tunnels that I was speaking about earlier to skip the next level, which I think is about 4 minutes or something.
3-4 minutes.
3-4 minutes.
Something like that.
Okay, let's take this ball over here.
Samurai Man says the next skip is easy peasy, so...
It's easy peasy. Okay. Right. Apparently it's not the game, there we go. Yep. So, you're not supposed to get up there. But it's pretty simple. Now I just wait for the next area to load through the tunnel. It won't let me go.
That's one of those trigger points. If Crash falls down.
And this is This is where you come out if you do the skip. I didn't do.
Wait, so if you walk against a trigger wall of an area that hasn't triggered yet, you just fall down?
You just fall down.
Yeah, maybe only once, maybe twice, 3 times, but in the end it loads.
As long as it loads, you can keep walking into it. Okay, the next area. Antagony. I'm going for all the yellow stress. Oh, except the most recent one. Beta and found.
The one that skipped.
You walk around the edge of the area, yeah, that was found way too recent. Like literally like a week or so ago.
Like, if you have a clear mind, you can do it, but if you just stop thinking for 1 second, then one jump misses and like minutes are lost.
Okay. Invincibility does nothing in this game. I don't even move faster.
It really does nothing. It protects you from enemies, but it doesn't even kill.
But you don't get hit by enemies.
Yeah, that's all it does.
It's just environment. Oh, okay. I double jumped early there. I thought I didn't get it.
You can do that without getting hit as well, but it's so precise, not reliable.
It's doesn't really save any time. So.
There's a weird strat beta found for this room.
Yeah.
Would also save like 5 seconds.
Right, so first strat coming up. The coloured floor, they're sequenced, but there is a way around it. No, I'm not gonna get it. It's alright, because I need to wait for the red anyway, and it comes up now. Yeah, it's sequenced, but there's a way you can get around it. Okay, got it. You're not supposed to be able to do that. You just long cross, jump across there. Okay. You can leave one alive.
Okay.
I think I just heard one die. They can sometimes get stuck at the bottom without dying, and then you just hear them later. Alright. This is like an intentional puzzle, but I hate it.
Oh wow. Throws you back quite a bit.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Right, we've got $1 from Dino900 who says, "And you have my bow." And we've got $10 from Manamania1001. We barely pronounced that. It says, Manamania1001 here. I seem to remember Adam AK saying we could donate for the radio station in Vice City. I'm not sure if you can. Does anyone in the room know? No, it doesn't. It's not on the tracker, so I'm going to guess that you can't. So if you PM me, we can put the money towards something else.
What's the timer?
If not, Franca Z, Franca Z, Franca Z.
58.
Okay.
We've got $5 from Taz Kelly, who says,
Oh,
"Dear
hey,
Dr. Singed," I can't pronounce your name, "up forward free, HD cancel into chocolate ice cream." And last one, we got $66 from Tim Styles, who says, "You've been cursed. This chain letter has been unbroken for 6 years. You must pass it on to 5 other streamers before midnight, or Bloody Mary's ghost, Bloody Mary, will appear on your TV screen. Fix all the glitches and apply ice physics escort missions. If you send this to 10 streamers before midnight, you will meet the 2D love of your life."
Yes! Basically, if you miss that belly flop, you just fall and die. So, if I did that skip earlier, I wouldn't do awesome stuff like that.
It's surprisingly more consistent than you would think. Though.
Yeah, it is.
Just seems to happen.
Also, shout outs to Taz. He's a cool dude. He needs to come next year. I wasn't counting, that's like 4. or something. Sorry?
Oh, I don't even know how many
You
you
need
have
like
to kill.
13. Come on. Is there more? There you go. Whoa, long jumps. This one, for whatever reason, just gives me so many problems. Just these moving laser things. I hate them so much. Okay. So often will I try, like, just risk jumping on a middle one as the laser comes over, and it'll hit me and I can't recover. Okay, I'm gonna just belly flop over this and skip a puzzle section. And then...
What is it?
Oh,
What is it?
No.
belly flop on that and skip another puzzle section. Here we go. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
That was flawless. That was really good. Just skip like 3 or 4 cycles. Okay. Here's the last puzzle before the last boss. Wow, that was... Is that the thing you were talking about?
yeah.
Huh.
If you slide downwards, it just extends. You can try it out here. You like shoot down the orb and then
I really don't want to risk it. Just do that. Oh,
looks pretty cool. It's like an insanely long slide.
all right.
You can actually skip this cutscene as well.
Oh my.
But why would
I
you?
almost forgot. The treasure. Treasure.
Okay, so you there is a cutscene. Someone's asking what
Treasure
hair
is
shampoo
stolen
you
property.
use.
To
Because
develop
apparently people are jelly of your hair.
Personally, I don't care. But I think
It's
he
just my hair.
might want his gems
I don't
back.
know. I want to say Pantene, but I don't know.
If you don't say L'Oreal, you're worth it. I'm going to be disappointed.
And this is just a long stretch to the final boss.
It's a really long loading zone, but it's a really bad one as well because it still
Right here.
stops you here.
Now you wait until the
Now you
doors-
wait until the door appears there.
And now you can go.
All right.
Hey, no soft blocks.
I know. There you go. I suppose I didn't risk many. All right, the final boss. This music.
And for those who didn't notice, the music in this game is all a cappella.
Yeah.
No instruments whatsoever.
There's, it's like New York a cappella musicians, I think. Not for this, I'm not sure what they are. that lighting, that glitch is there if you come into the area with like 2 Akus, isn't it? And then it just resets you to 1 Aku.
So if you mash faster, can you actually shoot faster, or is there like a limit?
You know, I'm not sure. I think there's a limit.
Probably
I'll
is.
just mash as well. Okay, get ready on the time, guys. Done.
Time.
All right. Beat my estimate, at least.
Yeah, about the estimate, there was like an issue, and somehow the estimate ended up as 1 hour on the stream, but the actual estimate was 1 hour 10 minutes.
Oh, it's 1 hour 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what I put down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these are the twins, by the way. You don't get to see them until the end of the game, but this is the guys, Cortex and Crash, are fighting.
They only appear in pre-rendered cutscenes,
Yeah.
and you skip all of them. So.
Oh boy! I love roast chicken.
Well, this is one heck of an ending.
You know, Crash, for all these years I've been wrong about you. Your creation was a mistake, and your existence has been a constant reminder of that mistake. But I've learned something from all of this. I've learned that you can't run away from your mistakes, but you can bury them! I never want to see your ridiculous face again! Where am I? What is this?
That would be an amazing time for the Crash dance. If Brixer's here.
Yeah.
So yeah, aren't you guys supposed to set up or something?
Yeah, we gotta race it.
Right, so while we're setting up for the next thing, we've got a few donations here. We've got a $2 donation from Mitchell Valgaldegarin. Says, Arnolith here. Just wanted to say to all the speedrunners, good luck and have fun. P.S. Frankazed, 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 Frankazed. And then we've got a $1 donation from Alan Sokopathum, who says, I donated for tell-alls. Frankazed, Frankazed, Frankazed. Enjoy that, chat. So yeah, coming up next is Crash Team Racing between Buff Seagull and Cyprus.